Like any other TV show that has 20 plus seasons, some seasons are simply viewed better by the audience than others. And while of course a season will always have its stands or haters, generally, fans are in agreement on the best and worst seasons of a show. However, you then have your seasons in the middle. And while yes, some of these seasons are agreed upon by most of the fan base to be relatively average, another reason why these are mid-tier seasons is because some people really love the season, while other people absolutely hate it. What's going on, guys? I'm FlynnMasters, and today, we'll be looking at the most polarizing seasons of Hell's Kitchen. Honorable mentions go out to season 7 and 15. While I know I and a cool percentage of the fan base really like season 15 for how different it is, I simply feel like it's too despised by the majority of the fan base to be considered polarizing. And season 7 is very similar to another season that I'll be discussing, and just missed out on the top 5. Be sure to subscribe and like to support the channel, and with that, let's take a look at Hell's Kitchen seasons that divide the fan base.
Bloody hell, here I go again.
At number 5 is season 9. Now while I and many people absolutely despise the season because of a certain chef, if you are able to look past that, then I can see why you would enjoy the season. The blue team has a lot of likable figures, and even though I think Will and Paul can be cringy at times, they obviously have plenty of fans, and Tommy is unanimously considered one of the most likable chefs in Hell's Kitchen history. And other than Elise and Carrie, the red team is also very likable. The talent of the season isn't bad, and Paul and Will, of course, is one of the greatest final twos in the show's history, with Paul putting on the performance of his life to beat the dominant Will, arguably being the best finale episode of all time. This is prime Ramsay, with him really beginning to go all in on throwing individual chefs out of the kitchen, which should carry over into the next season. And overall, this is what you would expect from a Hell's Kitchen season. But yes, for me and many others, it's hard to take the season seriously when it's centered around one obnoxious person, with many chefs getting screwed over to keep the drama around for as long as possible. And hey, to be fair, some people don't mind the drama no matter how unbearable it can be, but at the end of the day, season 9 is a polarizing season, and your view of the season likely depends on how much you can take of Elise.
I'm talking. Shut up. I'm talking.
I'm tired of hearing you
The
talk.
second
That's all you ever
service, you weren't in the kitchen. I ran the meat station, and we ran to victory. Now,
What about with that
now,
wall? What
so
about
what?
the
I didn't give up. So
Answer
what? I
about
didn't give
that.
up. Shut up. I'm talking.
I am PLT $250,000 of a big deal. Good job. Come on.
You did good.
You know that was not your best service.
I know.
It's raw, chef. I just sliced into it.
Oh, really? I'd never have guessed. Raw bass, overcooked bass. Raw lamb, what an embarrassment. Let me tell you something really important. Shut it down. Get out.
At number 4 is season 4. Season 4 was the start of the golden age of Hell's Kitchen, and that alone makes season 4, and for that matter, season 7, pretty polarizing, as while pretty much all HK fans agree that season 5 and 6 are top tier seasons, some fans think season 4 and 7 are letdowns when comparing, while others like myself may be biased towards these seasons, as we lump them into the golden era. I do think season 4 is definitely the more polarizing season though. It's an expanded cast for the first time ever, and while it did give us some great characters like Bobby, Petroza, Luros, and Christina, it also gave us some pretty unlikable figures in Corey, Matt, Ben, Jen, and the most unlikable of them all, if not all of Hell's Kitchen history, in Jason. This season is also known for the rivalries between the trio of Jen, Christina, and Corey on the red side, and Matt and Ben on the blue side. And while it was interesting TV, the payoff wasn't that great since again, pretty much all the chefs involved here were unlikable. This is also a very bad season talent-wise, which as we'll get into, some people may love, while others can only take so much of it, especially when someone like Matt is able to sneak his way into the black jacket, pretty much ruining the prestige of the black jacket. We got some pretty interesting decisions from Ramsay this season, as Jen surviving over Luros and Bobby felt like clearly a decision made for drama, while we also had our first shocking winner with Christina when she beat the beloved Petroza, which while it makes sense in hindsight, and some people might have even liked the shocking ending, others simply hate the fact that the best chef this season didn't take home the crown. So yeah, while I think most would generally say this is a good season, it definitely has its massive downsides, especially depending on what you look for in an HK season. And considering this is such a pivotal season in the show's history, it simply has to go down as one of its most polarizing.
She is a dumbass blonde for making a decision like that. Hold it together, Christina. She ain't getting rid of me.
What you said was vindictive and hateful.
The whole team hated me. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me, whatever they think.
Who are you nominating and why?
I'm gonna nominate myself, Chef. I can't pick any of these guys. They worked too hard, and we came in today and worked our asses off.
Your level of maturity stands out. You're the most gracious man on that team.
Thank you, Chef.
It's easy for you. That's your problem. You've had it easy. You're not even busting a gut.
Karma really bites you in the ass.
Are we done? Because if we're not, I'm gonna complete my station tonight, Chef.
Shut it down! Turn it off! You.
If you're a Survivor fan, you would know that Survivor Gabon is a massively polarizing season given how much of a train wreck it is, as some fans love the sloppy gameplay while others hate it, and you can say the same thing about Season 8 of Hell's Kitchen. As I've said many times, and many people would agree, this is the least talented season of all time, at least when you factor in the circumstances, and that there was 16 chefs this season, with about 2 good ones, and maybe 3 to 4 decent ones at best. Everyone else was either inconsistent, bad, or flat out terrible, making for some chaotic dinner services. And hey, some people love seeing Ramsay lose his mind over the ineptitude of these chefs, but others can only take so much, and prefer to see at least a little bit of talent. This season also, of course, gave us arguably its most iconic chef ever in Raj, and the most satisfying downfall ever in Russell, who was one of the only good chefs this season, but his douchey attitude cost him his own restaurant, as Nona would instead swoop in for the win. And while most people love seeing this happen to Russell, it is really sad that Nona is a Hell's Kitchen winner, but the likes of Paula, Will, and Jonathan aren't. In general, this is the start of the character-driven era of the show, and spoiler alert, this won't be the last time you'll see these seasons on my list, and due to the big-time characters like Russell, Trev, Raj, and Sabrina, it's going to make this season memorable, for better or for worse.
Chef Ramsay is like, oh my God, there's no salt, there's no pepper. And I'm like, what the I try to make some sense out of this intense chaos. I gotta cool off somehow. I tried to clear my head by sticking my head in the refrigerator.
Raj, move your fat ass! What is that? What is that? Huh? It's like Barbie's vomit. It's like purple snot.
They did kind of look like baby poop.
Oh. I can't take any more. I can't do this. I cannot do this any more. Get out! Off! Get out! Yeah, that's right, get out! Get out!
As I said, Season 8 is extremely polarizing due to just how bad and chaotic the cast is, and Season 2 is right there with it, with some people even saying this is the worst cast talent-wise compared to Season 8. I mean, those first couple of services are literally right up there for the worst of all time, and due to the complete failures of these chefs, Ramsay lost his absolute mind, and that in my opinion is what makes Season 2 so notable by the fan base. Not only is this a lot of old school fans' first season of Hell's Kitchen, but it simply feels like the first true season in general, as Ramsay's insane outrages and do whatever he wanted not only made him a far bigger household name compared to Season 1, but Hell's Kitchen itself will become a bigger show, and become the show we all know and love to this day. There's also many other things that makes this season so polarizing. On the negatives, you have Virginia surviving over Keith to make it to the final 2, and Garrett and Sarah being some of the first true unlikable chefs in the show's history, saying some very, very nasty things. However, we also got some satisfying downfalls from the two, great characters like Rachel and Keith, and of course, Heather absolutely dominating this season to become the first female winner, proving that women do indeed belong in the kitchen. You could honestly make an argument for all 3 old school seasons being on the list, but when you factor in the circumstances of Season 2, it lands a spot in my top 5.
Oh my God. The duck's burned! You're cooking in a burnt pan, you leave it! Just leave it! You're gonna blow fire in your face, you donkey!
I personally don't think you're ready to lead.
I personally think that you have a hard-on for Virginia. Yeah.
3. Congratulations.
I'm so happy. I cannot believe I won. Thank you guys. Oh my God. It feels like a dream.
But without question, the most polarizing season in Hell's Kitchen history is Season 10. So let's look at the positives of Season 10. It's a very iconic cast, as of course 3 of the 4 Black Jacket candidates this season will come back for All-Stars, while Christina Wilson is literally the most successful contestant to ever come out of Hell's Kitchen, and is essentially Ramsay's protege. It also has some of the most iconic nomination ceremonies in the show's history, with Clemenza, Robin, and Roshi's pleas going down as some of the most passionate ever, with Tiffany's plea being iconic for certain other reasons.
I care a scale of 1 to 10, like a 9.
This season also gave us some of the best dinner services, as you have Kimmy's Southern Night Meltdown and the 4th and 5th service, where Ramsay went on an individual kickout spree. But the obvious problem with this season is the insane, and I mean insane bitchiness on the red team. Now you might be thinking, Flynn, is one team really enough to counter all these positives? Well,
I hate the stupid look she gives to people. I've just had it with Marby's attitude, like she thinks she's God or something.
Okay. I'm not lying. That's not throwing anyone
She
under the
didn't
bus.
lie to me, so you're throwing me under the bus.
Yeah.
Cool, bitch.
It's
cool.
true. It's true.
I too bitch
You.
came back with you.
You.
Go your
You.
This is what you do, Kimmy. At least I admit to my fault.
I didn't fault, or I would admit to the
Call was off. All
No,
your
my
time-
call wasn't. Your ears need to be cleaned out, bitch.
You better watch you.
Hey, hit me.
I ain't gonna
Hit me.
Because I
Hit
ain't
me.
child
Rob
like
it.
you. I
Rob it, come
ain't
here.
child like
No,
you.
Rob it.
Hit me.
Rob it.
Hit me.
Go load this. Don't talk to me
I'll
that
talk
way.
to
you any way I want to, bitch. You keep working crazy, stupid bitch. You ain't worked harder than anybody. Bitch was how many times did you go up the stairs? How many? Oh, that's right, none. You have.
You ain't never jogged a day in your life, and your ass shows it.
Oh, I want to hit you so bad, you nasty bitch. The dishes. I came out here with you going like this, you dumb bitch.
Listen, somebody needs to tell bitch what's up.
No, I'm not about.
You want to get choked out?
I'm
You
not
wanna get choked out, you dumb.
Yeah.
and not only is the non-stop fighting just way too much for a lot of people, but we also had 4 episodes this season that didn't involve a service. And while I get what HK was going for here by trying to give the cast more character moments, it just simply made for boring episodes. And there's a reason why they no longer do this. So yeah, season 10 is the definition of polarizing, as it gave us some of the most iconic moments and chefs in the show's history, but this season also gave us some of the most boring and ugly episodes of all time.
Chef, I've chased animals, I've dug trees, I gave it my all every single time that I've been in that kitchen. I've played 100%. I've always played 100%. And everybody's trying to get rid of me. But you know what? I still put out better food than everybody standing there.
I'm incredibly proud of myself and just thankful that I have left my mark here. I'm excited to go out to Vegas and keep pushing that bar higher and higher until I touch the stars.
Let's hear it for Hell's Kitchen winner, Christina! Incredible!
I got this, you cocky bitch. Don't ever call me a bitch again, you understand?
Pass way up the table. You get that, you idiot.
What is wrong with you?
So there you have it, guys, my picks for the most polarizing seasons in Hell's Kitchen history. Let me know if you like or dislike the seasons I chose for this video in the comments below, along with any other seasons you think that are also very polarizing. Be sure to subscribe and like for more fun HK content like this, and until next time, have a good one, guys.
Get out of there.